Alright, hey guys, welcome to problem 1 for the UIL practice 1 called Too Obvious, and just like to apologize for my mic quality. I know it's not the best, but let's continue. So in this question, all it's asking is to find the longest string in the database of strings that the input supplies to us. So in this first sample input, we see that flamethrower is the longest string, and we want to go ahead and just print that out. So this is one of the age-old problems where all we're doing really is we're going to store a temporary max of the current max length of we're going to store a temporary max of the longest string, and if we find a string that's longer than the temporary max, then we want to just go ahead and replace that. So as you can see here, if we were to start, we'd start with malice, and that has a length of 6. But once we get to flamethrower, which has length 12, that's actually longer than malice, so we're just going to go ahead and replace it then. And then once we get to evil, organized, banana, all of these are shorter than flamethrower, so we'll just keep flamethrower till the end and print that out. So how we want to do this problem now is we're going to first just store the number of strings that we're going to look at in this variable called n, and then we're going to read the rest of the line. And now we're going to store a string of the current maximum. So we're going to set that as an empty string in the beginning. Now we're going to loop through all of the strings, and we're going to just do what I described, where we check if the current maximum, or if the current string we're looking at is longer than the current maximum, and if it is, we're just going to replace that current maximum. So let's do a for loop for int I equals 0, I less than n, I plus plus, and now we're going to store the current string inside a temporary variable. So we're going to do sc.nextLine. And now here comes the condition. If the length of this string is greater than the current maximum, the length of the current maximum, then we want to just go ahead and replace the current maximum to temp. And this for loop will go through, it'll go through all the strings and find out which one is the current maximum. And then at the end, we're just going to print out the current max. So once again, all we're doing is starting in the initial, we're going to read all the strings, we're going to start, declare that temporary variable here, and if the length of that temporary variable is longer than the length of our current maximum, then we're just going to replace the current maximum to that temporary variable. And we'll just go through all the strings and do a sequential checking. So essentially just an O of n algorithm, which we know will work because we only have a maximum of 100 test cases. So let's go ahead and run it on the sample input, which is the flamethrower, and that works as expected. And let's go ahead and submit the code. And we got it all clear. So sounds good. Thank you for listening. Here's the solution once again if you want to look at it. And we'll be sure to link the problem and the whole series in the description below. So make sure to smash that like and subscribe button. Alright, thanks.